Hello everyone, my name is Derpy Guinea and welcome back to another video. Getting more into the random video aspect of the channel, I'm doing a little bit of experimenting, so bear with me. After all, I am more than a squeaky voice adult that loves anime, disturbing manga, and cartoons. Sometimes I just want to talk about random things, and today I want to talk about weird phobias, so that's what I'm going to do. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. So everyone knows what a phobia is, right? Extreme fears of certain things. I feel like if it exists, there's someone out there that had a traumatic experience towards it. I try my best not to judge phobias because some might say my phobia is a weird one. More on that later. But at the same time, some of these phobias are just ridiculous. Yeah, I hope y'all know I'm not going to pronounce any of these. If anything, the title is a personal attack on the person that fears long words. Like, just pronouncing this phobia will probably give that person a heart attack. This got me curious on what the longest word could be, and the longest one in English is this one. And I'm not gonna lie, looking at this one word stresses me out a bit. And it's the type of disease you can get diagnosed for. I can picture the doctor losing their mind trying to pronounce this to their patient. Sorry to inform you, Mr. James, but it looks like you have... You have... Being scared of fear itself just seems like such a stressful fear to have. It really just seems like having anxiety 24 hours a day, times 20. Like you'd have to be a shut-in for the rest of your life and pray nothing scares you inside your own home. This just goes to show that people can be scared of quite literally anything. This phobia in particular is so specific, and you know the reason it's a phobia to begin with is because this happened to someone before. Which begs the question on, how many people actually got traumatized by peanut butter sticking on the top of their mouth? It has to be more than one case out there since they gave it a title. How does this even happen anyways with just peanut butter? If you're eating it with bread, yeah, sure, it's gonna get stuck a few times. But with just peanut butter? Like, did they almost choke in the process? Did the feeling itself trigger their fear? Or maybe allergies? I just have too many questions. Too many. Oh, so we're just not cleaning ourselves now. I'm trying not to judge here, but how are you going around not cleaning yourself? Are they wiping themselves off with cleaning wipes at least? Bathing themselves with the sun rays? Are they at least washing their clothes? During my research, it mentions that it's triggered from a specific object or a certain situation. So maybe they drowned while taking a bath, and every time they see a bathtub or a bath full of water, it leads to a panic attack. This phobia is actually kinda sad if you think about it. I'm sure the person wants to clean themselves, but the fear overpowers the will to actually get it done. Another sad one, but weird nonetheless. You have to do and see so much with paper. This fear must be torture. The ways people can get affected by this fear is a lot as well. You can't do basic things like handling dollar bills, looking at posters, or carrying paper, or sign papers if electric signing isn't an option. I wonder if toilet paper affects them too. If so, RIP. Or I guess wipes would work too, right? Jeez, there I go with the wipes again. I feel like it's so hard to avoid paper too. Like, it's literally everywhere. What more can you do at that point? I'm sorry, the what now? I had to triple check if this was a genuine phobia because some cartoon kept popping up with it, but no, it's real. Going back to that cartoon, this is how they portrayed their mole, and
Oh no.
Yeah, understandable. I'd be scared of moles too after seeing that as a kid. Real moles aren't any better though, they're actually so disgusting.
Brother,
I think I'm more intimidated with the great part added in. What makes the mole so great? Is it like bigger than the average mole? And don't moles mainly live underground? What are the odds of even seeing one in real life unless you're just actively searching for one? Now, let's talk about my phobias. I have the common two, megalophobia and thalassophobia. Basically anything big in the ocean or the very thought of being deep in the ocean, I can't do. I have trypophobia really bad. I start to get itchy on my cheeks and scratch them like a madman, and have had many panic attacks depending on how small and close together the holes are. But I have one more that isn't that common. I try my best not to judge too hard on a person's fear because I have been made fun of, or rather questioned on how I could possibly be afraid of these, but I digress. So let's go all the way back to when I was a little girl. And yes, I'm gonna drag this story way longer than it has to be, leave me alone. So when I was a kid, I was deathly afraid of insects. Any and every bug that could crawl, fly, hop, whatever, I would scream in terror. I still remember one time I was in the bath and a singular ant was crawling on the tub. I screamed for my dad to help and he just stared at me and walked away, leaving me to fend for myself. He just left. Dad, if you're watching this, I still haven't fully forgiven you for that. Weren't you supposed to protect me? So back then I had
entomophobia.
Yeah, still not pronouncing these. I still remember to this day, I went to a field trip with my mom's older students when I was like 7 years old. We went to the zoo and everyone wanted to check out the butterfly garden. I don't know if I was bribed to go in or I couldn't wait outside because everyone would leave me or what, but I went inside too. I was wearing a blue shirt at the time and a blue butterfly landed on my shoulder. And I lost my mind. I was screaming so bad, one of my mom's students had to carry me out of the garden. That, and do you remember the SpongeBob episode Wormy? Yeah, needless to say, those right there are the reasons I'm terrified of butterflies. Or the phobia term.
Lepidopterophobia.
Hell, a few months ago I was at a family reunion and one section outside had a field of butterflies. There had to be like 80 of them just flying around. I noped out of there so fast. I'm not sure if I'm as fearful as them now as I was back then as a kid. It's like now I utterly despise them. Like, yeah, if one were to land on me or come too close to me, I would still probably lose my mind. But from a distance, well, they're not fine from a distance either. I tend to stare them down until they're completely out of my sight. And these are the only bugs I do that to now. They just shouldn't exist at all. And that is the end of this video. If you stayed this long, I thank y'all so much for watching. Are there any weird phobias you have? Let me know in the comments. Please do me a favor and palm that like button and subscribe. And to the next video, Derpy out.